Om Shanti, may peace be with you. May peace be with you. Om Shanti. Let us listen to a parable motivational story by Dr. Mayur, Pune. I am time. I am time. If circumstances are in your favor, don't harbor the arrogance. And if they are not, don't sink in despair. View every situation of life with an equanimous mind. Let us listen to this motivational story from Brahmakumar Mayur, House Sarovar, BrahmaKumaris, Pune. I am time. Every moment of your life passes through me. I have watched kings losing their kingdoms. I have seen beggars rising to become king. I keep accounts of karma. I keep accounts of your deed. I time have heard people standing at the very peak of success and saying, may my happiness remain like this forever. And I, the time, have seen those same people years later sitting in darkness and asking, will my life ever get better? I have seen ups and downs. To both, I have always whispered the same word, wait, I am time. I can change the entire scene of your life. When life is going your way, don't let success make you arrogant. And when life turns against you, don't let failures drown you in despair. Because nothing in life is permanent, nothing in life remains forever. Watch every scene of life with the same calmness, with the same tranquility, for I am time and I can change the scene at any moment. Let me tell you the story of Lata Mangeshkar. I have seen her when she was just 13 years old, a young girl who suddenly lost her father. The responsibility of supporting family fell on her younger shoulders. She was too young then, just 13 years old. She had no easy road ahead. She struggled. She faced rejections, that too for her voice. She had to prove herself in the world because the world was not ready to accept her voice, her benevolent voice, her sweet voice immediately. It was around 1949 that the music industry began to truly recognize her extraordinary talent. But before that happened, almost for 7 years, many people have doubted her melodious voice, and it would, according to them, it wouldn't be suitable for the purpose. That kind of rejection she had to face. Think about it. The voice that the world would have one day celebrated was in early years rejected by many people. But I am time. I changed circumstances. Slowly, that very voice, which was rejected for 7 years, began finding its way into the hearts of millions. And then came a remarkable chapter of her life. Lata Mangeshkar reached heights of success that every artist dreams of. The same voice that has been rejected many, many times. With the same voice, she earned Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award. The world that had once watched her struggle was now standing in admiration of her voice. But life is never about victories. There are again ups and downs in everyone's life. There came a time when a serious illness placed her in extremely difficult situation. There have been accounts that she underwent food poisoning either intentionally or intentionally, in 1962, leaving her gravely ill and forcing her to take an extended period of rest. Yet, even if the body suffered immense pain, imagine what such an experience could have done to the mind and heart of Lata Mangeshkar. Still, she didn't give up. Time moved forward, the music industry changed, a new generation arrived, new voices emerged, but Lata Mangeshkar continued to evolve with the changing times and remained a legendary presence in the Indian music. And that is the lesson her life leaves behind. The period in which you are struggling is not the entire life. If you are down today, it does not mean you will be remaining so forever. And if you are standing at the peak of success today, never assume that life will always remain like the same, because I am time. I change the circumstances, I change the situations, and sometimes I change completely your scene of life. I am time. I shall tell you the story of a brilliant scientist named Irvin Schrodinger. He struggled himself to establish in the world of science. Irving Schrodinger is the name of pioneering scientist in the field of quantum mechanics. There were times when recognition seemed far away from him, but I also watched his work eventually taking him to one of the greatest honor of science, and that is nothing but none other than Nobel Prize. He received a Nobel Prize. Then life changed again. Political circumstances forced Schrodinger to leave his homeland and to give up his position. He had to begin a new chapter in unfamiliar surroundings. But he did not allow circumstances to define the rest of his life. He moved to a new country. He rebuilt his career and continued his scientific work. His life reminds us of something very important. Circumstances can change, positions can disappear, places can change, but the ability to move forward can remain alive within you. So, if life has forced you to start again, remember, starting over does not mean starting from nothing. You are carrying your experiences, your knowledge, your expertise, and your inner strength with you. I'm time. I have seen many lives changing when people refused to stop moving forward. Now I shall tell you another story of Gulshan Kumar. I'm time. I have witnessed the extraordinary journey of Gulshan Kumar, a man who rose from very modest beginning to become one of the biggest name in India's music industry. His father used to sell fruits and juice in Delhi's Daryaganj area. Gulshan Kumar started with very little, but he had a dream much bigger than his circumstances. In 1983, he found T Series company. Remember the India of 1983. There were no YouTube, there were no musical streaming, no mobiles, there were tape recorders, and T Series used to produce cassette tapes. T Series began producing and distributing music through audio cassettes, gradually building a place for itself in the rapidly growing music market. And then something that changed everything was nothing but devotional music, bhajans, prayers, devotional songs, and especially recordings such as Hanuman Chalisa helped T-series reaching millions of ordinary households. A man who has started on small scale was now becoming one of the influential figures in India's music business. His success grew, his reputations grew, his wealth grew. There have been reports that around 90 to 93, Gulshan Kumar was among India's highest individual income tax payers. But pause, I'm time, and my journey never moves in a straight line. Just when life seemed to have reached the highest point for Gulshan Kumar, everything changed. The date was 12th August 1997. Outside a temple in Mumbai, Juhu area, Gulshan Kumar was shot, killed. A man who had once struggled to build his dream was suddenly gone at a time when his success has reached extraordinary heights. But his story didn't came to end there. T-Series continued to grow. The devotional recordings associated with the musical legacy continued to reach the people. The Hanuman Chalisa continued to find its way to millions of homes, to millions of hearts. I am time. I can change the circumstances of life without a warning. That is my nature. So remember, when success comes to you, remain humble. And when difficult times arrive, don't lose the hope. Because the situation you are in today is not necessarily the situation you will be in tomorrow. I am time. I keep flowing. Life keeps floating in my flow. Let me also tell you the story of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who understood the nature of mind, the nature of time. The year was 1931. In Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu, a child was born to a modest family. His father was not a wealthy man. Life was simple, resources were limited. As a young boy, Kalam even had to sell the newspapers to support his family. Perhaps people at that time looked at this boy and might have wondered how far this child can really go. What might be the future of the child? But I am time, and I knew the dreams inside the small boy were far bigger than the walls of the small house. He grew up, he completed his education, and he had a great plan to become a fighter pilot. He applied to the Indian Air Force, but he missed the final selection just by one number. Eight candidates were selected, and Kalam was ninth in the merit list. Imagine that moment. A lifelong dream just came to stop just by a small miss. Perhaps he would have thought, I have failed, I had missed. But I, the time, was standing there looking at him and smiling because I knew something he didn't know then. One door has closed, his life had not. Kalam went on to become scientist. He joined India's growing space program. Then came 1979. India was preparing to launch its first experimental satellite launch vehicle SLV-3 with Kalam playing a leading role of the mission. However, the rocket lifted off, but the mission failed to place the satellite into the orbit. Years of preparation, thousands of hours of work, and the result was failure. The setback attracted criticism, even ridicule in the sections of media of the time. at a time when India's space and missile programs were still in early stages in 1979. Many people did not yet understand what these technologies could mean for the country's future. At that time, the basic amenities like farms, water, roads were not present or not so in good shape in India. So, for no fault of media, for no fault of common man, this thing, space technology, was treated as fancy and fashion at that time. So, media ridiculed him. But I am the time I had not finished the writing of story of Kalam. The very next year, 1983, SLV-3 succeeded. The Rohini satellite was successfully placed into the orbit. What looked like a failure yesterday has become a stepping stone to success today. Remember this, failure is not always end of the journey. Sometimes it is the training ground for the success. And then time turned another page. Kalam's reputation continued to grow. He played a major role in India's mission development program and eventually became widely known as Missile Man of India. Think of the journey. The man whose dream was becoming a pilot has shattered just by a small miss. The scientist who had experienced the pain of failure, was ridiculed by the media, was now helping India's building to scientific and space technology capabilities. He was loved by Indians. Time moved forward. 1998, India conducted Pokhran nuclear tests, and Kalam became one of the country's most prominent scientific figure. But I still had another surprise waiting for him. And the year was 2002. APJ Abdul Kalam became the President of India. Think of that journey. A boy from modest family, a child who once sold newspaper, now is the President of India. This is the power of time. I can take you to places which you never have imagined. You must keep moving when the path changes. Because sometimes what feels like a rejection is simply nothing but time is redirecting you towards a much bigger density. I am time. I want to tell you a story of someone who is between you and me. I have watched Monica when she was a simple young girl. She was intelligent, ambitious, and had a strong desire to stand on her feet. After completing her studies, she got a good job. The day she received her first salary, her eyes were filled with happiness. She worked hard, her experience grew, her confidence grew. Then came the time for her marriage. She got married. Her life changed, her responsibilities increased. After some time, a discussion began in her family. Now that you are married, Monica, why you need to work? Take care of the home, which is more important. Monica tried to explain. She said, I can take care of my home and continue to my job. But the circumstances were not in her favor. Building the pressure from job and home both. Finally, she left the job. The office where she once walked with confidence every moment. She walked out of the office for the last time. I'm time. I was there her with that day too. Monica was smiling, but deep inside she had one painful question. Is it that my life stops here? Days passed. Monica was filled with household responsibility. Sometimes she used to receive the messages from her friends, colleagues, I got promoted, I joined new company, I'm handling new project. Monica was happy for them, but somewhere inside she felt empty. She began to think, everyone is moving forward, but I am being left behind. I am time. I've watched her spending nights thinking silently, but I knew something which she did not realize. Time doesn't end a person's life. Sometimes it closes one chapter to open another chapter. One day, Monica asked herself, if I have lost my job, have I also lost my capabilities? The answer was no. She decided to learn again. She took online course. She refreshed her old professional knowledge, skills. She learned new technologies. Slowly, she started doing some work from home. The beginning was very small, but then it was a beginning. After a few months later, people started recognizing her work. Then one day she received an opportunity. It might have seemed an ordinary to her after few years, but that ordinary small looking opportunity was carrying a deep meaning for her. Monica smiled. She said, time changed my path, but it didn't change my situation. Then I am time. I taught Monica something very important. So sometimes circumstances may change. They are beyond our control, and it's a time to change our path also. Then it's a story of million women whose dreams were temporarily put on hold because of marriage, family responsibilities, circumstances. But remember, pausing is not the ending. I am time. I never stop anyone. But I give every person a new moment, and sometimes the most beautiful beginning of life starts at the very moment when we think we have lost everything. So, if a dream in your life has been put on hold because of circumstances, ask yourself one question: has my dream really ended? Or has it simply been waiting for the right time? Remember, time passes, opportunities can return. A person can always begin again, provided he doesn't lose the hope, provided he doesn't take some extreme step with the negativity. I keep moving. I keep bringing new possibilities with me. I am time. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. May your heart always be peaceful. Friends, hope you have enjoyed the storytelling by Mr. Time. The story was narrated by Dr. Mayur, Pune. Let me tell you, in BrahmaKumaris, we believe that each of us is a soul, a spiritual energy, and we soul or spiritual energy playing a unique role in this eternal world drama. No role is greater or smaller than no other role. Every role in this eternal world drama is meaningful. Every role has its own purpose. Without any single role, this whole world eternal drama would be incomplete. The message of story is very simple. Life is not about choosing an easy role, but it's about performing your role with inner stability. The greatest performers are those who face difficult circumstances without losing their inner peace of mind. Please explore the guided meditation exercises available on this YouTube channel. These are designed to help you remain calm, confident, emotionally balanced while dealing with ups and downs of your profession or your career or in general your life. For a deeper understanding of Rajyoga meditation taught by BrahmaKumaris, you are cordially welcome to visit any of the nearest BrahmaKumaris meditation centers. These centers offer dedicated meditation facilities where people experience an atmosphere of peace, positivity, and divinity. Remember, online sessions can merely give you knowledge, but they cannot be capable of replicating the divine vibrations. So, to visit the meditation center of Brahma Kumaris nearby. Om Shanti. Goodbye. Have a good day. Thank you.